and I'm going to be interacting with the viewers. And by the way, I was supposed to prepare for this video, but I got sidetracked again and I didn't prepare. So it's not going to be very fluid, this video. But basically, I'm going to explain again why Hawaii got struck on 8/8 and how it connects to Elvis, okay? And it also it connects to Trump's head wound on August 4th next year also, because it's all about head wounds, okay? And it, how it connects to the Elvis event, which is in Seattle on June 11th, that also consists of a head wound, okay? Now, I talked about this, a little bit in one of the live streams a while back, but I forgot to mention it in the Hawaii video I did. So if you didn't see the Aloha video that I did, with the thumbnail has the word Aloha and Elvis on it, right? And the title says Elvis has a burning love for Hawaii. Okay, so look, I'm not going to get into what caused the fire, okay? Because there's no way for us to prove anything we're saying, okay? And I don't want to, just because you saw some video on TV doesn't, I mean, on YouTube or something, doesn't make it real. But we know that they're up to something, all right? We're not stupid, all right? But whatever it is, we can't prove it, but we know there's something going on. Now, uh, there was a particular thing I found that was pretty interesting, that's connected to the date it started, the fire, to June 11th, okay? And, but first, let me show you what the head wound connection is. Hold on one second. All right, so I told you it's all about head wounds, right? Hold on, I'm having bad reception, I think. Anyway, it looked like it froze for a minute. Okay, so, and by the way, if you're watching this from the beginning, um, I mean, by the way, I should be leaving this video up. So if you want to watch it later, you can. So if you want to catch up to the chat now, go ahead and you can rewatch the video. Anyway, so the like I said, it's all about head wounds. And what do I mean by that? If you've been watching my videos over the years, then you know what I've been saying about um, Trump getting a head wound, and how Washington, where Seattle is going to be a head wound also. Let me just pull that up real quick. I know you guys seen this 100 times, but let me just go through it again with you. So remember, I'm telling you I have two predictions, right? So look, Trump, he gets his head wound in Ohio on August 4th, which is Obama's birthday. Trump gets the head wound on August 4th, Obama's birthday, okay? And he survives. But it's going to happen in Ohio. But is it a coincidence that Trump lives in Florida, and Florida, the state of Florida, looks like Trump's head, his hair, I mean. You see the outline of his head, basically. And also it looks like a pistol. So you have a pistol, and it looks like the top of his head. I mean, come on. I mean, how ridiculous is that? But this is Florida. But he's going to get his head wound in Ohio, okay? And I could show you a bunch of other stuff too, but right now we're just concentrating on that. And notice Elvis's head, right? And look how his hair swoops up. And is it a coincidence that, because I told you Seattle's going to get struck, some kind of spectacular event is going to happen in Seattle on June 11th. And this is the area of King County. And Elvis was known as a king, and Seattle's in King County. And Washington's the 42nd state, and Elvis died at the age of 42. And you see this, and they were calling the Seattle a chop zone. So what are they going to do? Are they going to chop this off? Because look, it looks like Elvis's head. You see right here? That's Elvis's head right there. You see how it looks like his head? I mean, if you think that's a coincidence, you're nuts. All right? What's a chance? I mean, you got to understand that I've been calling this way before I ever knew all these connections. Okay? So what I'm saying is because my predictions are supernatural, folks. I'm telling you, it's from the Holy Spirit, and it's going to manifest. I just didn't know what year it was going to happen. I just knew the dates, where, and the players involved. Okay. So anyway, so how does this connect to Hawaii with head wounds? I mean, it's just first of all, Elvis's. Watch this. Let's ask Google. What was Elvis's favorite vacation place?
Hawaii, according to Graceland.
Okay, so Hawaii
Elvis
was his
Presley.
favorite vacation place, right? And is it a coincidence too that he made like 4 movies, 3 or 4 movies, with Hawaii involved? Actually, he made 3 movies and 1 documentary concert, which was the biggest concert ever, the Aloha from Hawaii concert, right? And it was a satellite. Sounds like Seattle-like, get it? Like a Seattle. That's what they call people from Seattle. Anyway, over 1 billion people watch, right? And it was the biggest solo satellite concert ever, you know. And why am I bringing that up? Because Hawaii was Maui, which is part of the state of Hawaii, right? I mean, what? Isn't Maui part of Hawaii? What's wrong with me? Is Maui part of Hawaii?
Flights from Los Angeles to Maui leaving September 14th.
Yeah, it's an
and
island
back
of Hawaii. For
September
a second there, I was thinking, wait a minute, is it like its own thing? I was like, what the hell? No, Maui is in Hawaii, right? And it was struck. And when was it struck, right? Hold on. Before I get to the when and the numbers and stuff, let's look at the image of this place that was struck. One of the images. So they're saying that this was like the main places that was struck. Okay. Look at this. So, I guess all these places with the burns, but look at this one over here. Look at that. I mean, look, man, it looks like a head. Okay, and this is the body, the torso. Look at the neck. And if you look really close, you can see a mouth. You see the lips right there? There's even an eye right there. It looks like a nose, but this side, I don't know what the hell all this is, but I'm just saying, it's insane. And they're saying that, one of the places that got struck was right here. And that's the head wound again. You see what I'm saying? So again, there's another head wound, I just find it really, which of course people were trying to tell me that from the very beginning, and I agreed with them. It's just that, I forgot to mention it in that Hawaii video that I did. But, and here's how you know it connects to Elvis. See, people were like, well, what the hell's that got to do with Elvis, right? Well, don't forget, it was Elvis's favorite vacation place, right? So, Elvis's favorite vacation place, goes up in goes up in flames, and Elvis. Guess how old Elvis would have been right now if he was alive? He would be 88 years old right now. Okay? He'd be 88 years old right now. And when did this fire start? 8/8. Okay? So he's 88 years old, Elvis, if he was alive. And remember, Elvis's anagram is lives, okay? Of course, other things too, like Levi's or or evils or whatever. I'm just saying, but Levi's and lives is the main one, or lives, like Black Lives Matter. That's why that Black Lives was everywhere, because Elvis's name is in the word lives. Okay, lives. Elvis lives, right? So Elvis is 88, and by the way, the word Trump equals 88. The name Trump equals 88. So Elvis equals 88, and you know that Back to the Future is connected to Trump, and the whole thing was about 88, right? Getting to the 88. So Elvis turns 88 this year, if he was alive, and the fire starts on 8/8, okay? And what is Hawaii's area code? This is something I already showed in the other video. What is Hawaii's area code?
808 area code. According to Honolulu Star Advertiser, the 808 area code covers.
So it's 808 area code. Okay? So 808 and so it's the 808 area code on the 808 day, and Elvis is 88 years old, and Trump equals 88, right? And hold on a second. I'm gonna get rid of a few people here. Anyway, so 808 area code, Elvis turns 88, Trump equals 88, the fire starts on 8/8, all right? And the Hawaii concert that Elvis had was in Honolulu, Hawaii, and the 8/8, that's 8/8 area, the HH is 8/8. You get it? The eighth letter of the alphabet is HH, okay? So that's another great coincidence, right? And by the way, the fire, the coverage on the fire started on 8/9, because I told you it's all about the 88/89, because Elvis turns 89 next year, and that's when all hell's gonna break loose, is when he turns 89. I told you that's when next year it starts, but check it out. So, and why do I know it's about the 88/89? You will know why in the future, but right now, I don't want to explain that now, okay? But you'll understand what it is about. But another connection is that I told you the 89 Super Bowl was the Elvis halftime show. But when did it start the season? It was in 88. So the season started in 88, but the Super Bowl for that year was in 89, because it's 88/89. I told you. That's what it's all about. And what else? And remember, there was a false alarm about a missile that was supposed to happen in Hawaii. And that was the time, they say it was 8:07, but I know during that, all throughout CNN and everything, when it was breaking news, it was 8:08, the time on everybody's phone that they were showing. I'm saying, whatever people's phone they were showing, they got the alert about a missile coming to Hawaii, and everyone was panicking. They were showing 8:08 on everybody's phone. Okay. Hold on. Anyway, someone's saying false alarm equals 88. That's interesting. Anyway, so what am I talking about here? All right, so what was I going to show you? Okay, so I told you the devil is always in the details, folks. Okay, that's the way this thing works, right? And they use whatever connections is what whatever works for them is what they use to connect this puzzle together. Whatever this magic is that they're doing, it's a spiritual magic, whatever they're doing. All right. And um, because our birth date, the day we're born, God chose us for that particular moment to for us to come into the world. You got to understand that that's a very important day, your birth date. You know, but of course, what's the next most important? Your death date, because that's when when judgment comes, and you're gonna know whether you were a faithful. When Jesus says, well done, faithful servant, or he says, you know, hasta la vista to your hell-bound heathen but anyway, so, and by the way, when Trump gets his head wound on August 4th, like I said, he survives that head wound, and I've been telling you that he comes back on 8/8. And wasn't it last year on 8/8 when Trump was raided, his compound, his Mar-a-Lago? You see what I'm saying? There's a lot of, all that connection. And I told you the Lions Gate portal is on 8/8. It's some kind of astrological nonsense, but whatever. They say the Lions Gate portal opens on 8/8 every year. All right, so that's another connection. And of course, August is the sign of the lion, right? I mean, Leo the lion, right? And I told you Leo is the letters ELO. EL means God in Hebrew. That's why it's ELVIS. And then you have the O, which is the crown. Hold on. I always forget to turn off my ringer because I have this troll always. Anyway, it's off now. Anyway, so I found something interesting from that day to next 6/11. I mean, from the 8/8 date when the fire started to 6/11 next year. I found something in the devil's in the details with the numbers. So if you know that whatever days go by, there's a percentage given to the amount of days. Okay, like I'll give you an example. 300 days is 82.19%, right? And 82.19 equals the word Seattle. See, I told you the devil is in the details. All right. By the way, someone's saying that Trump went on Facebook Live on 8/8. So I don't know why he went live, but supposedly he went live on 8/8, just this, on this past 8/8, the day the fire happened. So, anyway, so like I said, this is how they do things, and I'll give you an example because Elvis, he died on August 16th, right? From August 16th to 6/11, the next time it comes around, when I told you Seattle's going to get struck, from August 16th, Elvis's death date, to the next time 6/11 comes around, is 300 days. And 300 days in percentage is 82.19%. And Seattle equals 82.19. It equals 82 on the top and 19 reduced. Do you understand? That's what I mean by devil in the details. You cannot get that kind of coincidence. That Seattle equals 82.19, and I'm telling you, Seattle's going to be struck on June 11th, and from Elvis's death date to June 11th is 300 days, which is 82.19%. And of course, the same year Elvis died, you had Seattle Slew win the Triple Crown in horse racing, the most prestigious race in horse racing. Seattle Slew. Slew means to violently kill. They're gonna slew Seattle. And that was on June 11th. He won the Triple Crown, Seattle Slew, in horse racing, the year Elvis died, same year. And horse racing is known as the sport of kings. Elvis was known as a king. Seattle's in King County. And of course, Martin Luther King is now named after King County in Seattle. And Martin Luther King was killed in Memphis, Tennessee, where Elvis lived at the time he died. Do you get it? Everything is about Elvis, the king, and rituals, sacrifice. They're going to slew Seattle on June 11th, okay? Now, so what is the percentage from 8/8, the day the fire started, to 6/11, the next time it comes around? This is what the percentage is. And by the way, well, let me just show you this first. So from 8/8, when the fire started, to next 6/11, which is damn telling you Seattle's going to get struck. Look what it is. It's 84.66%. 84.66% of the amount of days from 8/8 to 6/11, okay? And why am I showing this? Besides the fact that it's got 8/4, because Trump's going to get his head wound on 8/4, right? But let me tell you what the 66 is real quick. You'll understand in a moment why I'm showing it, but the word twin equals 66, okay? And why am I even mentioning that? Because Elvis had an identical twin that died at birth. His supposed twin died at birth. But let's just say he was sacrificed, or maybe he never had one, or he had one and it actually did live. But they say his identical twin actually died at birth, they said. So Trump is the replacement twin for Elvis's identical twin. That's why you're going to have these twin events in the same year, okay? And so twin equals 66, and Trump's going to get his head wound on 8/4, right? So that's how much percentage of what the amount of days was between 8/8 and 6/11, okay? And by the way, I have to show it to you before I show you anything else, okay? Let me just show you this first. That way you know I'm not making stuff up, right? Hold on. Let me just show this real quick. Give me 1 second. Okay. So this is including the date, okay? Including. But even if it was up to that date, it would still be what I'm about to show you. Watch. So from August 8th, the day the fire started, to next June 11th, okay? Including the date is either 309, and if you don't include the date, it's 308, okay? Now, look at the percentage, see? 84.66%, okay? So that why am I showing you this 84.66%? Watch. Because from the day the identical twins were born, Elvis and his identical twin were born, to the day the twin towers fell, okay, is 66 years, 8 months, 4 days, okay? It's the 66, 84, 84, 66. You see what I'm saying? What I'm trying to make you understand? It's 84.66% here, but it's also the 6684 here. 66 years, 8 months, 4 days, okay? In between Elvis's exact birthday to the day the identical twin died, and then to the twin towers falling. You understand? Are you guys following me so far? I mean, I know you guys know this already, a lot of you, because if you've seen my videos over the years. Okay, now, so, and, hold on. Before I show you the last couple things here, Okay, so now if you went forward, I think 84 years forward to make the percent. See, this was, look, let me explain something. This is 84.66%. It's the point is right after the 84. Now, what what I'm showing you is 8,466%. Okay, so this percentage is just showing you that from the first of the year, it lands on 88, the 8,466% point. You understand? The other thing what I was showing was 84.66. This is 8,466, and it lands on 88 from the first of the year. And it also would be on the 89 because next year Elvis turns 89 and still would be 8,466% because it's, it would be 0.3 or 30% or 60 something percent, then 90%. So it has like 4 quarters after the point. So it's 8,466.03%, and if you add the day, it's 30%. You get what I'm saying? And then this would be 30%. If you don't add the day, then 0.60 something percent if you add the day. But the point I'm trying to make is it lands on 88 or 89 to 84.66, and Elvis turns 88. I mean, he's 88 now. He's going to be 89 next year, right? Now, and I told you Trump's going to get his head one on 8.4, and Trump is the replacement twin for Elvis, right? Okay. Now, why am I showing that? Because remember, Elvis died on August 16th, right? So from Elvis's birthday to 8/16, you have the 8,466%. Okay, but see, I'm just showing you a percentage. It has nothing to do with the actual date or that year. It was in 2019 that this percentage happens. But that's not what I'm showing you. I'm just trying to show you the 84.66% landing on connections to Elvis. So from Elvis's birthday to the day he died, the date, not the year, just the date that he died is 8,466%. Okay? That's all I'm saying. See, this was from the first of the year to 8/8 or 8/9. This is from Elvis's actual birthday to 8/16 when he died. Okay? Do you get it? All right. So again, it's connecting to what I was telling you about 9/11, right? Because 9/11 from Elvis's birthday to 9/11 was 66 years, 8 months, 4 days, or from the Hawaii fire to next 6/11 is 84.66%. Okay. Yeah, I mentioned that. Someone in the chat's talking about 11 hours and 6 minutes is 666 minutes. That's right. Which is the 9/11 upside down. 6/11, 11/6, or 11/6 backwards, 11 hours, 6 minutes is the 6/11 backwards. Anyway, so now, here's how you know for sure that it's connected to 6/11 now. So, from Elvis's birthday, there's going to be two. I'm talking about the year he's born, because the year he's born on a non-leap year. But this event is going to happen on a leap year, and I'm going to tell you why it's going to happen on a leap year in the near future. But right now, I mean, I've kind of mentioned it a few things already, but you'll see why it has to happen on a leap year. But from Elvis's birthday to June 11th. There's going to be 2 percentages because it's the percentage with the date included and without the date included on the calculator. So from Elvis's birthday to the June 11th date, if you don't add the day, that would be 154 days, and the percentage would be 42.19%. And if you add the day, it would be 155 days, and it would be 42.47%. So what would happen if you add those 2 days together? So remember, it's 154 days, All right, watch. And I told you how important all that is, but right now all we care about is this. From Elvis's birthday to June 11th on a regular year, not a leap year because he was born on a regular year, if you don't add the day, it's 154 days, it's 42.19%. If you add the day, it'd be 42.47%. And look what you get if you add those up, 84.66. I mean, can you believe this? Look at it. Look, just look at it, man. If you think this is a coincidence, you're just dumb. If you don't understand what I'm showing you. They didn't think that anyone would figure this out. Come on. Do you understand? You can't make that up, okay? That is something that is 100% what they're going by, these connections, okay? And you know that I told you that everything's about Trump, who's the 40, because Trump is Elvis needs Trump. Elvis needs Trump to get the head wound. That way the crown, because the crown is a head. Okay, so the head wound is also a crown. So if Trump gets a head wound, okay, and he's the 45th president, because I told you everything's about the 45, the 45 connection, right? And I told you guys that that when Elvis turned 45 years dead on August 16, 2022, see, he died in 1977 on August 16th, but at the age of 42, but 45 years later, because Trump is the 45th president, you understand? So on August 16th, he turned 45 years dead, Elvis. And 45 years that day, from that day, August 16, 2022, to 2024, June 11th, is 666 days. Okay? From August 16, 2022 to June 11, 2024, next year, is 666 days. And that's the day Elvis turned 45 years dead. 45, and I told you August 4th is when Trump gets his head wound. I'm sorry, the from August 16th, Elvis's death date to June 11th is 666 days, right? From 2022, August 16th, when Elvis turned 45 years dead. But Trump is the 45th president, and he's going to get a head wound. So that's why I'm saying there's a connection to that, right? Even though Trump's going to get his head wound on August 4th, not August 16th, which is Elvis' death date. But anyway, why am I bringing that up? Because why was I bringing that up? I can't remember now. I'm confusing myself now. Oh, because I was trying to show you that everything has to do with the 45, because Trump is the 45th president, right? And Elvis had turned 45 years dead in 2022, and from that day to 6/11 is 666 days. Anyway, I was trying to explain to the 45 connection. So, Seattle, Washington's initials. Okay, listen. Is SW, right? And what does SW equal? Look, it's 42, okay? SW, because I told you Washington's the 42nd state, and Elvis died at the age of 42, right? Now pay attention. So what are the backwards numbers for the letters S and W? What would their backwards numbers be? Because if you start from the beginning, S is the 19th letter. If you start from A to S is 19, from A to W is 23, right? But now if you started from the back, with Z being number one, what would S be and what would W be? S would be, look, so S would be the 8th letter, W would be the 4th letter. So you have the 8-4, you see that? There's your 8-4 connection right there. You see there's another connection to this puzzle right now. And of course, if you've been watching my videos, you know that 8-19, 19-8 is important. But forget about that right now. So why am I bringing this 1923 up for SW's initials? because 8,466 days, what does it equal? Look at this. Look at the percentage. The devil's in the details. I told you. 8,466 days. Look at the percentage. 2319.45. You see that? 2319.45. So you have the SW's initials, and you have the 45 in there too. But there's much more to this. That's why I have it separated. I didn't want to explain to you what that is, but look, I don't want to get into what that means, but you'll understand in a different video once I bring it all out. But so anyway, that's what I'm trying to tell you, that it's super important. This what I was just showing you there, but that's not even the best information, of course, obviously. Yeah, and that's right, today is Kobe Bryant's birthday. I've done a whole videos about Kobe Bryant and why he had to die on this day. You got to go watch my video about River Phoenix, because he was born also on August 23rd. Today's date, right? Is the 23rd here in America. Yeah. Kobe Bryant and was born on 8/23, and so was that River Phoenix. And I told you ELVIS is the Phoenix. He's the beast out of the sea. That's why he had to go. And why is that? And why did they have to get rid of him? Because Elvis died on August 16th, right? Which is the 228th day of the year. August 16th is the 228th day of the year. From Elvis's birthday to 8/23, which is the date Kobe Bryant's birthday and River Phoenix's birthday, is 228 days. See what I mean? So from Elvis's birthday forward 228 days, it lands on 8/23. But from the first of the year to August 16th, Elvis's death date is 228 days. So that's why they had to give you something from Elvis's birthday to forward 228 days. There has to be rituals for everything. Okay? And anyway, so what else? Oh man, now I forgot what I was going to talk about. There was some other thing I was going to talk about. Someone in the chat saying that Maui, I guess there's some meaning. It means like the tip of the spear, which is interesting because people were talking about Trump being the tip of the spear, right? Oh man, you know what? I don't know what happened, but I lost my train of thought. Oh, because of when I was talking about the satellite concert in Honolulu, and I told you that Elvis's favorite vacation place was Honolulu, right? I don't know, now somebody's saying Maui was some kind of trickster god or something. I don't know what that means, but is that what they're saying? So when Elvis played at that Honolulu concert, the biggest satellite concert for a solo artist, 1.5 billion people watched that Aloha from Hawaii concert back on January 14, 1973. How many people watched Elvis's Aloha from Hawaii concert?
According to IMDb, the show was aired in over 40 countries and was seen by 1.5 billion viewers.
1.5 billion, not million, billion. Anyway, so the Honolulu International Center back in 1973. So remember I told you what it looked like. Most ridiculous image. I mean, uh, here. I don't know what these people outside my window. Um, so, by the way, I showed this in my my Aloha video. So, the top of the Space Needle, if you looked at the Space Needle from above at the Seattle Space Needle, because that's what this whole thing's about, is that Seattle Space Needle. Okay, look, it looks just like this. This is where Elvis played his Seattle-like concert, his satellite concert in Honolulu. It was called the International Honolulu Center, the Honolulu International, whatever. And why does he use international? Okay, you'll see why. But look, it looks just like the top of the Space Needle. If you put a needle right here, it would look just like it. All right. And anyway, so, and why am I bringing that up? Because where did Elvis start his Las Vegas concerts? He sold out like 636 straight concerts, and supposedly right now somebody's trying to break that record of that many sold out. I don't know. Who holds the most sold out dates in Las Vegas? You stupid. I don't know. Now they're saying it's like 837 shows consecutive. I don't know. It doesn't matter anyway. But where was the place where he played? Where was the place where he played? It was in Vegas when he was doing his Vegas thing. And Vegas, what is it? It's the Sin City, right? And he it was playing at the International. That was where he started. That hotel was created for him. That name and everything, and the artwork outside was all created for Elvis. The International Las Vegas Hotel for Elvis. Ooh. International Elvis Hotel in Las Vegas. And the reason I'm showing that, which I've shown many times to you guys, is because of this. See this structure? It looks like the legs of the Space Needle. It's got 3 legs like the Space Needle. And it's called the International. You can't really see it from here, but that's the name of it up there. Anyway, and look, it's got no top. See, it doesn't have the top. And where's the top? It was in Hawaii. Did you see it? The top of the Space Needle was in Hawaii. Okay? Because see, he hadn't got the crown yet. He had to die in order to get the crown, right? So it's an unfinished Space Needle here. So the Honolulu International Center, where he played the satellite concert, was the top of it, was the top of the Space Needle. This is the legs of it, you see? This is the body of the Seattle Space Needle. All right? And the reason that they call it international, folks, the reason they call it international is because the word international equals the same as the words Lord and Savior. Lord and Savior, those 3 words equal the same as the word international. Every number is the same. The forward numbers, backward numbers, reduced numbers. Lord and Savior equals international. Okay? And it looks like the Seattle Space Needle. And Trump, he has a bunch of hotels called International. He uses international because he's the twin, right? And look, what was the name after? It was called the Las Vegas Hilton, after the international. And look, LVH equals 42, the letters. But look at this. It's called the West Gate. And what is the West Gate now? That's what's called that hotel now. It went from the International to Las Vegas Hilton to West Gate. Why is that important? Because where's the West Gate? That's Washington. It's the gate. It's the portal. The beast out of the sea is going to rise in the furthest west state, which is Washington. The West Gate. That's why that Kanye West, because he was born in 77, the same year Elvis died. West. And what did he name his daughter? Northwest, right? You see what I'm saying? And I told you why Northwest is so important, the NW. Because it's 1423, right? And because the initials NW, which is the Northwest, which is Washington, Northwest State, right? And 1423 and 2024, listen to this. 2024, if you take out the 0, is 224, right? So the 224th prime number, what is the 224th prime number? Look at what the 224th prime number is. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'll just turn it around. I'm being lazy. See the number? 1423. And I just told you Northwest, N14, W23. You see? You see? And you see what I'm saying, right? And by the way, I'm just doing all this by memory. Most of it. Anyway, also, what does it equal? When you look at it, it equals, which is see? And 14 plus 23 equals 37, which is the EL. EL. Because it looks like EL. The numbers 3 and 7 looks like the letters EL. You see what I'm saying? So, because ELVIS, you understand? El means God in Hebrew. Yeah, that's right. On the clock, military time, 1423 would be 223. But in the reason I've shown this before, let me tell you why I brought this up in the past, because of King Charles. See, King Charles was born on 1114. Okay? And 1114 military time is 2314. So it's the backward number. That's all it is. Northwest is 1423, but if you just look at the numbers, it's 2314. Because in the UK, they say the date first. So it's actually 1423. I mean, it's 1411, his date, right? Instead of 1114, it's 1411. So if you were to say the military time backwards, instead of 2314, 1423. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's actually King Charles's birthday, that Northwest. Another ritual, Do you get what I'm saying? And here's something again that I mentioned. It's connecting to Hawaii, which I didn't mention earlier. The first king of Hawaii. Who was the first king of Hawaii?
King Kamehameha the first, according to...
When is King Kamehameha Day celebrated in Hawaii?
June 11th. According to holiday
June 11th, every year, June 11th. You see? And Elvis's favorite vacation place. So the King Kamehameha Day, the first king of Hawaii, his his, they commemorate his day, whatever. It's not even his birthday. They commemorate it, you know. When did Hawaii officially become a state?
August 21st, 1959. According to History.com, more than 60 years.
Somebody said, oh, I think that. When did the 808 area code get established?
August 8th, 1957. According to
So the 808 area code for Hawaii got established on 8/8. Somebody had mentioned that. You see that? I mean, got on 8/8, on the date 808. It got established, the 808 area code. Yeah. Yeah, I told you the word needle is L need. Need L. That's what they need. They need the L. You know, needles. Just like there was needles inside that Back to the Future, right? I talked about that. And hey, you guys got to go watch my Back to the Future videos from years ago, or whenever I put it up. But you got to understand, I had 41 channels taken down by YouTube, and I had thousands of videos, but 500 of them were just on Elvis Trump connection. And anyway, look, folks, I told you I was not fluid with this video. I don't even know if I'm gonna leave this up, but I'll leave it up for a day or so. I don't feel good right now. Like I don't know, my energy is really, I don't know. I told you a lot of things are going on in my life. It's just not, it's not fluid, you know. Yeah, it is. It's stress. It really is. Yeah. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, pray for me, folks. Pray for me, and pray for everybody in the chat. Pray for everyone's loved ones, and pray for everyone in my life, you know, because this is just crazy, man. I don't know what's going on with me lately. I don't have that oomph, that drive that I need to get this going, man. Because I have so much information to show, and I'm not getting it out there. But I know something's gonna lift me up soon, folks. I gotta get this info out there. Anyway, God bless everybody, and yeah, that's funny. Somebody's saying sing some Dio. Yeah, that's funny. But that was my favorite singer when I was younger. Rock singer. Of course, you know, for the people who don't know, I was obsessed with Elvis first. He was my first obsession, Elvis. Then I went to Rainbow, went to Dio. Dio was singing for Rainbow. And then from there, I went to Yngwie Malmsteen, the guitarist. And then now my obsession has gone full circle. I'm back to Elvis and Trump, you know. Anyway, so what? Any last words, folks? I'll stay on another 5-6 minutes here. I know I'm forgetting something, but what am I going to do, you know? I can't remember everything, folks. Oh, in that last video I did, that last live stream, wait, I hope I deleted that video. Oh, no, I just want to make sure I deleted that other video. Anyone who came in late to the chat, I'll leave the video up. You can watch from the beginning, because I'm gonna end the chat in a few minutes because I'm not feeling well. Yeah, in that video, who will be the next ritual sacrifice video? I forgot to connect, which, I mean, of course I did videos on it many times. I forgot to connect that because, you know, I was talking about the fact that Elvis had died at the age of 42, and Washington's the 42nd state, you know, where Seattle is, because Seattle's going to be the target on June 11th, right? And you know, I was talking about the 42 and the fact that, and then the other number, which is 44 or 45, because Trump is the 44, 45 president, right? And Obama's the 44, but Trump is the 44th person to become president, 45th person to become president. So it's, I mean, 44th person to become president, 45th actual president to take office. So 44, 45. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is that you know, I was connecting all those numbers, right? And of course, if he was going to be the 47th, that's also another number to look at. But what I'm saying is the 42 or the 44, 45, right? And I was telling the people look for those numbers. Uh, and I forgot to mention something I've talked about many times, which is that Chadwick Boseman, Boseman, he died, right? And he was in that movie 42. That's why. It was a ritual. He was in the movie 42 about Jackie Robinson, about the son, Jackie Robinson and Boseman. That's right, Boseman, the man and son code. Anyway, 42, right? He was in that movie 42, and he died, right? Supposedly, and hold on, I'm just reading the chat. Anyway, so what was besides the 42 ritual? What else did they do? They said that he died at the age of 43. But if you look at my video on that dude, I showed many places where they said he was 42 years old, not 43. So he actually died at the age of 42. All right. And that would have made him born in 77 at the time, you know, because he died a couple of years ago, right? So he died at the age of 42 also, and he was born the same year Elvis died, 77. See? You know what I mean? So there was so many connections to the Elvis, to the 42, you know, because Elvis died at the age of 42 and Washington being the 42nd state, right? And by the way, Washington's original birthday was 2/11, which is the 42nd day of the year, right? Anyway, so with the Chadwick Boseman, the biggest connection was this, because Jackie Robinson wore the number 42, right? So Jackie Robinson Day is on April 15th usually, right? And if you say that date backwards, 15-4, that's like the 154 number, and that's the Antichrist number, 154. But listen, and from Elvis's birthday to June 11th, if you don't add the dates, 154 days. But anyway, so Jackie Robinson wears the number 42, right? And Jackie Robinson wears the number 42. Chadwick Boseman played number 42 in the movie, right? In the 42 movie. And that day, oh, hold on. Somebody was saying, someone was saying something about the King Kamehameha was celebrated in the Blue Hawaii movie. You might be right. I don't remember it because I was watching it as a kid, so I couldn't tell you what the heck the movie was about. Other than Elvis singing in the movie, that's all I could tell you for sure. But yeah, that would be interesting to see what they said about it. And whatever you see, I got to go back and watch all those movies, you know, of Elvis's to see what the hell he was doing in those movies, especially the one he did about the Space Needle. I watched that and I showed it a few times. It happened at the World's Fair because Elvis was the first person to have anything to do with the Seattle Space Needle. You know, Elvis. Everything about Elvis is about the needle. I told you that. Like I said, he was the first person to have anything to do with the Seattle Space Needle. When he made that movie, it happened at the World's Fair when it first opened. And he was the first one to take a needle on live television. And he did it on Bill Gates' first birthday. You know? And Bill Gates lives in Seattle. I mean, was born in Seattle where the needle is. And by the way, the guy who invented that needle that he took was 42 years old on that day. The Jonas Salk. He was 42 on the day that Elvis took it. Because he was born on Bill Gates' birthday also, that Jonas Salk. 10/28/1956. He turned 42 years old that day that Elvis took the needle. Anyway, so back to the Chadwick Boseman. So on the year that Chadwick Boseman died was the pandemic thing, right? And I told you that whole Corona 19 had to do with Elvis, the crown Crown 19. I'm not going to get into that now. But the Chadwick Boseman, he played Jackie Robinson, right? The 42 guy. And that year, Jackie Robinson Day was supposed to be on 4/15, right? Because that's the normal day that it gets celebrated, Jackie Robinson Day, right? On 4/15. But because of the pandemic, it moved to August 28th, 2020, that year. Watch. Before I show you anything, don't write anything in there. Hold on, because I'm about to tell you. When is Jackie Robinson Day? Look, they don't say it, but here, it's April 15th, okay? Normally. Now, when was Jackie Robinson Day in 2020? I don't know if you can see that. It says August 28th. So August 28th was in 2020. It changed for that year only. It's always been 4/15. Yeah, so on that day, Jackie Robinson Day was celebrated in 2020, August 28th. When did Chadwick Boseman die?
Chadwick Boseman died on August 28, 2020.
so the guy who played Jackie Robinson, the 42 dude, dies, and he dies on Jackie Robinson Day that year. I mean, who? You understand how impossible that coincidence is? When I tell you impossible, literally impossible is what you have to say about that. Okay? Do you see how crazy that is? You know? The most impossible of the impossible is what they did. And they got away with it. And remember, he was 42 years old. He wasn't 43. They said he was 43 in Google and everything, but I showed you where a lot of his friends knew him as 42 years old. Okay? And by the way, he was born on the 333rd day of the year. And because it was a leap year, it was the 334th day of the year. And I told you how important that 334 is, right? Remember? Let's see if anyone remembers why I told you that 334 is so important. Look. Look. 334 minus 1,000 is 666. You see? And that's where Trump went to Alabama, Montgomery, Alabama. His area code was 334. And he was there on August 4th. August 4th this year. He was in Montgomery, Alabama. The 666. Okay, now listen. And there's much more I could tell you, but I've actually mentioned it already a few times. But I'm not going there. But look, let's just see, like the connections. What number day of the year is August 28th? Stupid. What number day of the year is August 28th?
240th day. According to Wikipedia,
125
August 28th.
So it's interesting because next year is when Elvis gets his crown. So it's the 24 with a crown. But what's important is, let's see how many days it was. Hold on. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, some interesting numbers from that date to June 11th next year is important. It's got 45 months and 15 days. That's 45 with a crown. But let me just look for from Elvis's birthday. That's what I want to see. To that date. Yeah. Like I said, folks, there's interesting connections, but the main thing is what I was telling you, the 42. That's what that whole thing was about. It was about the 42 connection, nothing else. All right, because like I said, Elvis died at the age of 42. Washington is the 42nd state. Yeah, someone's saying that Elvis's last jumpsuit was a sundial. Yeah, that's what he did wear in that concert. I think it was at the heck something Madison Square Arena. Madison Square Arena? I don't know what. I don't remember now. Let me think. Where was Elvis's last concert?
Indianapolis, Indiana.
Market
According
Square
to
Arena.
97.1 Hank F.
I knew it was MS something. Market Square Arena. And the initials MSA equals 33. Yeah. Yeah, I've talked about that. All the outfits he wears all the time. Yeah, he's like I said, he wears the Phoenix because he's the Phoenix Rising. He's the beast out of the sea in Seattle. He's the camel that shoots through the eye of the needle. He's the Kraken. He's the biblical beast out of the sea. He's the sea goat. January is the sea goat sign when he was born. June is the Gemini sign for the twin. Trump is born that month. Anyway, folks, I told you I'm not feeling well, so I'm going to end the chat. So remember my two predictions. June 11th, Seattle event. Somehow it connects to Elvis after the event happens. And either it connects to his image, the number of his name, or his name. That June 11th Seattle event have to do with the King County. All of Washington, get out, okay? And my other prediction is August 4th, Trump gets his head wound, okay? I don't know, I just feel weak. Something's going on with me. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, God bless everybody. Hold on. I'm just reading the last. Folks, no more comments, please. Let's just end it here. But I just want to read the final few comments just in case something important is there. Hold on. Anyway. All right, folks. God bless everybody. And Jesus is God. That's right. Make sure you pray for me and pray for my loved ones and pray for everyone's in the chat and their loved ones, okay? All right. And, all right, folks. I'm just looking at the chat here. I'm about to end it. Yeah, I see your Seattle Slew comment. Yeah. You know what? Earlier, I think you had mentioned something. I missed it. Oh, yeah, I mentioned it. That King Kamehameha thing. That's right. What else here? Yeah, the way you guys do those numbers is funny, yeah. I mean, not funny, interesting. Something about 8888. I see the comment you're talking about. Clay? Are you new to the chat? I don't remember your name. I mean, are you new to the channel or what? Anyway, God bless all of you, and appreciate everyone in the chat. And like I said, I'm just not feeling it today, so I don't know how long I'm gonna keep this video up, because maybe I'll redo it, you know? That way I'll be a little more into it, you know? All right. All right, folks. End of video. Jesus is God. All right, hold on. Somebody's telling me to go look at a video. All right, I'll check it out. Is that all you wanted to say? Run for governor of Hawaii. That's funny. Yeah. All right, so that's the channel name. Okay, I'll check it out. All right. Thank you, and God bless everybody. Take care. End of video.